Greetings, I am CrossKnights, and this is the third and final part of my 10,000 subscriber Q&A video. So, as I mentioned, and I think the first part, I done screwed up, and I didn't answer the first questions. I started, like, 10 up, so now I'm going to answer those questions. And also, there have been a few other questions that were posted since my posting of the first video. I was a little bit loose on that. So yeah. Also, I didn't realize, see, this is why I said post here, not other places. But, Junkyard Player, I know I had seen his name, and I did forget, but he posted some questions on the Drive Not Found Steam group, which you can join. There is a Drive Not Found Steam group. There is our little collaborative streaming site that really only Yoshi and Dagless stream. It's pretty much just the Dagless streaming site, which is fine. That's just how it worked out. But yeah, he posted a bunch of questions there, and I didn't see them. But yeah, they have to be posted on the video. Not exactly sure what the explanation was for not posting it on YouTube, but he got his question to me somehow. He was the one who posted the related question. But anyway, he also posted something about me drinking or not drinking, because I actually remember listening to my old Q&A video, and I was very astringent about the fact that I didn't drink. But this May, I actually started drinking as an experiment to become more social, so I just drink now at 31, which is kind of great. That's usually a little bit later than people start drinking. Maybe I'll get into that, because there's a question that kind of deals with that. First question, the first question that was actually asked was by Leo0003, 0003. Probably already answered another video, but still, how did you meet Companion Cube, Dagless, and the other guys you play with? Okay. So Companion Cube and Relic Tie are both from Dynamite. Companion Cube, you might not know that he was actually famous in the Dynamite community. The first Clash of the Titans, which is where every single class had a town that was just made out of that class, all competed against each other. So there was, what was it, 240 people competing to become the best town. He was the first one to die out of all of them, and then 2 more days passed before the second person died. So that's how I first heard of him, because I was making videos for Clash of the Titan along with 5 other people. There was a video maker for each town, and so we all reported on him for like 2 days. We still give him crap about it. Relic Tie joined the Oozing In, which was my group in Dynamite, and he followed us to gaming eventually. So those are those two. Dagless, if you want to see how I met him, check out my Killing Floor series. I think it's Killing Floor 4. It might be 5 or 3. I'll try to remember to post a link to it. You can actually see literally the first time I ever met Dagless in that video. I met him from a Killing Floor. Yoshi contacted Companion or Dagless or something to try to do a collab video, and that's how we met him. I guess Kenobi... I mean, I haven't done too much stuff with Kenobi in a long time, but I actually commented on a video that he had done a year before I commented on it, and said this is a pretty good start at Let's Playing, and that apparently encouraged him to start Let's Playing more. And I think he's done Let's Playing, so that's a shame, but he put more work into his videos than anyone else in it. But yeah, those are the big ones. I mean, Taz and Terra Onas were people who just contacted us eventually, and we ended up doing videos with them. Which I'll admit is a lot harder to do now, because I'm trying to decrease the amount, because I just don't have time a lot. Like, I don't even do collaborations and stuff with like those people that I mentioned previously. But I'll hopefully get back to that. I don't know. Time is a premium with me at this point. Oh, getting older. Okay, so here's a question that's repeated within this block that I don't think I answered in the other video. What if I answered them in the other videos? I don't remember. This is a problem with doing it like this. Anyway, so Demon, bunch of numbers, asks, how is your life going? And then later on, Antonio C says, hey Cross, I'm going to ask a question I asked on your 5,000 subscriber video. How have you been? How's life treating you since last year? Okay, so I'm going to answer both of those since they're pretty much the same question. 2014... Now that it is actually January for me, the other parts I recorded in December, craziness, crazy things happened. So at the end of 2013, I realized that I was getting burnt out with the channel, and I said I was going to take January off, which I did. Part of the reason was because the Terraria LP just burnt me out. You can see that whole ridiculously big Terraria LP. I think it's like... I think there's like 24 hours of footage in it. Oh no, I think that... What was there? I don't know. I recorded 24 hours worth of footage. Like, I literally had to go through 24 hours worth of footage. I cut it down crazily. There was actually some infighting and crap that was happening constantly. Like, we were arguing a bunch. It was pretty stressful in the end. I think, there was just too many people in that LP, and it was crazy, and people were trying to do their own thing, and, like, it was rough. But it doesn't seem like we're at each other's throats, because I cut all of the horrible stuff out, but it just took forever. And it was also one of the worst winters ever in my town, and I pretty much didn't leave my house, so the other reasons I was getting burnt out in video games that I didn't know was that I was getting depressed. And at the beginning, like, the first half of this year was not good. Like, starting around April, some horrible stuff happened with my roommates, so they were off, and most of my friends seemed like they were having some pretty major issues in life. And I just felt really isolated and alone, and I felt like I wasn't able to socialize properly, and I felt like I was wasting my time playing video games. So I kind of just stopped playing games almost altogether. Like, almost less videos last year came out on my channel than any other year by a wide margin. Like, probably like a fifth of the amount of videos that came out other years. I don't know that for sure. It might be more than that. It might be like a tenth of the amount of videos. And I know that's hurt my channel some. I know that, you know, I could have grown quite a bit more if I had kept it up. I'm sure there's subscribers that watch me regularly that have kind of wandered away just because there'd be like 2 weeks without a video. But I couldn't do too much with it, and eventually I made like concerted efforts to try to be social, like really tried to be social because I needed to. So I tried to hang out with friends more. I actually started hanging out. I tried to go to this local bar, and I would just, like, sit around, like, watching people, observing them, trying to figure out social cues, just trying to get used to being in large groups of people. And I tried, like, if I started to feel depressed and isolated, that's when I would try to do it, which is actually the hardest time to be around people. Usually you just want to isolate yourself more. But, it started to work a little bit. Like, I started to feel a little bit more comfortable around people. Sometimes, it only worked, like, maybe 1 out of 3 times I would go to this bar, and maybe I'd have a conversation with someone. It was always someone who sparked it with me, though. It was impossible for me to just spark a conversation with someone else, unfortunately. But yeah, that started to work. I also decided maybe I'll try to start drinking to be more social. I never thought I was going to drink before. Like, that's what I was mentioning at the beginning of this. Or the reasons that I never started, rather. But I figured at this point, like, screw it. And I had my friends were, like, pretty happy to help me and ease me into it, and I was very cautious about it. And I don't know, drinking, I drink now. It's not that big of a deal. I was so paranoid, like, I have so many paranoias about addiction and stuff like that, but I now know myself enough to know that I don't have anything to fear from getting hooked on alcohol or anything. I would actually recommend waiting until you're really old to start drinking. I think it's a better experience based on all the stories of my friends. For God's sakes, I've had none of that crap. But yeah, eventually I went and visited a friend who lived in Arizona. Eventually, like, months after, like, that actually helped so much. Just the fact that this was a major thing. I had never traveled any long distance by myself before. And the fact that I actually got on a plane, which I had also never done before, to visit someone, and then we're going to drive back in the country, that was huge. Like, that helped my mental state quite a bit right there. And then several months later, now I'm living with her, and my mental state's a lot better. She helps me a whole lot. And because of that, I've gotten my taste for gaming back a little bit. Like, a lot of it was just being in a horrible mental place, like feeling I couldn't make any real connections with any people, and just feeling like it was a huge waste of time. And I can't say I'm not going to get back to gaming the way I was before. I just can't. Like, I want to do other stuff. I'm in a weird situation now where I don't live in my hometown, and all of the friends that I did have, I don't have any contact with them really, except by, like, internet means. So eventually I'm gonna have to wander around and try to meet people. We'll see if I can do that. That's gonna be a way bigger step here than it was there, because at least I had, like, the hometown advantage before. But anyway, overall I'd say, yeah, things are going pretty well now. They were not going really well before. But yeah, that's an update on my life, I guess. Now we're here, 2015, and I hope to get a lot more videos done. I don't know if I can do two a day forever, but all of December I was able to do 2 a day. So I think at least 1 every 3 days should be pretty manageable, unless I lose my computer job, which I always think, it's been a year since I've had it, I always think I'm going to lose it. But eventually, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Alright, well that was extremely long-winded. We'll see how much of that I keep. Alright, Lucas Wolf. If you could change any of your videos, you said what, IG, what you said, or what you've played, which ones would you change, and what specifically would you change? Wait, girlfriend? Oh, damn it. Wasted question. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've been talking about her a lot during this series, but again, she helped me through a lot of crap. So, I think the things that I would change would just be my earlier LP series. I would redo them with my current speaking ability. My first ever LP was like one of my favorite games ever, Yoshi's Island. Super Mario Brothers, or Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo. First LP ever. I was horrible at speaking, and I would love to do that one, like the entire series again, really. I know there's a version of that game that you can play, and there's an actual alternate ending. And if I can ever figure out how to record that, maybe I'd do the LP again. You have to complete it 100%, but I completed the game 100% in video form. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I've ever said anything that I regretted majorly. I mean, if that's the wondrous thing about video. This is why streaming is dangerous. But if I say something I regret, I can edit it out, because I carefully edit all of my videos. So, I don't think there is anything, really. But yeah, I would probably redo Yoshi's Island again, and I might one day. We'll see. I don't know. I wonder who would be interested in Yoshi's Island Let's Play at this point. I'll see what happens. And okay, Mr. Shakire, do you play any TCGs? Now, I had to look up what those are. Those are trading card games. So the answer is no. I have to wonder if you mean the actual trading card games, like physically, or like the virtual ones. I mean, it's still no on both counts. I collected Magic cards when they first came out. That's how old I am. I remember when they first came out. I was in like 6th grade. But I've never even played one game of Magic, I don't think. I just liked the art. And those cards ended up being stolen by my sibling at the end of high school. Don't know what she did with them. She probably sold them. But anyway, that's a whole other mess. But yeah, no. I played Hearthstone a little bit. That was pretty fun, but I really didn't get into it too much. Alright, Porter says, what's your favorite TV show? I don't know if I have a favorite TV show. Firefly, maybe. I love Firefly. I actually just finished watching Dollhouse with my girlfriend because she had never seen it. That was made by the guy who made Firefly. I just finished watching Community. I listened to the Dan Harmon podcast, who was the guy who made Community, and I love that podcast. If you type in Harmontown, you can find the Dan Harmon podcast. And they play D&D after, like, episode 4. So I actually think, I mean, even though they talk about really old stuff that happened, because it starts, like, 2 years ago in 2012, I love that podcast so much. And watching Community is so much different after listening to Dan Harmon talk for hours and hours, because you realize, like, all the characters are based on him in some way. But I'll just go with Firefly to make things easier. Well, that was Porter. Now, J. King the Merciless? Merciless? I don't know what that says. It looks Italian. Listen, what is your favorite condiment? Also, sorry, but do you hate people who go #life? I don't have a problem with hashtags. I don't use Twitter enough. It's just weird on Facebook, you see everyone using those hashtags, and either they're oblivious, being ironic, or they just have an integrated thing that posts to Facebook and Twitter. I feel like that's what it is most of the time. And hashtags actually work on Twitter. I don't think they work on Facebook unless they've changed that. But, what's your favorite condiment? Probably ketchup. I love ketchup. I like putting soy sauce on a bunch of other things, too. But, yeah, ketchup, soy sauce, pretty great. Parmesan cheese on pizzas, oh yeah. Jesse2222. You've probably mentioned this in one of your other vids, but what is the one game that you'd most like to make an LP of? I've been stuck on Earthbound for a long time. I'm probably going to end up doing that. I want to do Assassin's Creed 2. I just need to get around to doing that. All of the games I really, really want to make an LP of, I've made an LP of. Oh, never mind. I know exactly what I want to make an LP of. Plants vs. Zombies 2. I own it. I've played it for hours at this point. I still haven't figured out exactly how to record it off of my older model Android. I think I need to get a HDMI recorder. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make a damn Let's Play of Plants vs. Zombies 2 if it kills me. It's coming. I just don't know when. It could be years for all I know. They still release new content for that game, and I've beaten every single stage. I went back to practice it again without beating it with power-ups, so I could try to... Because I haven't spent any money on the game. It's a freemium model. I wanted to show that I could beat all of the stages without paying any money. So... Yeah, never mind. That's the answer. I really want to do that, and I wish I could have done that months ago, but whatever. That's one of the reasons I bought the tablet, and then I found out I couldn't. I thought I could just, like, there'd be a record option. You could record what was on screen, but apparently that's not a thing. But I'll figure it out. Alright, block apps. Win and fails. Do you watch anime, and if so, what do you watch? Whew, I used to be obsessed with anime for, like, a year or two, and I burnt myself out, and I don't really watch it anymore. But I feel like I answered this in another FAQ video. Like, I actually went down my list to say what I recommended, but I don't know if I'm going to do that this time. But, Cowboy Bebop's great. 12 Kingdoms is one of my favorite animes, even though it wasn't finished. It just stops at some point. But they finished, like, a bunch of the... They finished a few major story arcs, and it's really good. So 12 Kingdoms is an amazing anime. I love it. I'd just say watch 12 Kingdoms. It's about this girl that gets whisked away to this other world and is told that she's, like, the queen of this region, and she needs to lead it. And then there's also other storylines of other kings and queens in different places. And there's more. I don't know if I can really think of. Ghost in the Shell's great if you have a good attention span, because they don't hold your hand at all in that. But yeah, I used to watch anime. I just don't have the patience for it right now, especially like with the subtitles. And a lot of times it is better to read it with subtitles. Cowboy Bebop. Oh, I think I watched... Alright, Cowboy Bebop has one of the best dubs ever, by the way. You could watch it either or. But I found a really good subber, and some of the language was just so much more elegant in the sub version than it was in the translated version. Even though this is one of my favorite dubs, it was ridiculous. America's Slime. Or is it America's... It's either American Slime or America's Lime. But, read any good books lately? I haven't read an audiobook in so long, and one of the reasons is that part of my ability to read tons of audiobooks was due to, like, isolation. Like, I went on long walks by myself, and now I've been with people for a number of months, so I haven't really listened to audiobooks. My mother bought me Dune recently, because I've never read Dune. And I might end up reading Dune, because there's no good audiobook version of it. My girlfriend was actually going to read it to me. That was one of the things we were going to do, because I have difficulty reading, but that hasn't happened. I don't know when or if that's going to happen, but I really want to read Dune. I've wanted to read Dune for a long time, and it's ridiculous that there's no good audiobook version of it. And I kind of want to go back to... it's Assassin's something. There's this character named Kylar. It's like Assassin's Shadow. I don't remember. Damn, I don't even remember what the thing is called. I'm going to have to ask my friend what those books are called, because I don't remember. So I can't even remember to read them. But I read 2 of them, and then the third, I never got the third one. So I just couldn't get that audiobook. But yeah, not really. Not recently. Thank you for the question. All right. Mr. Dog's Rule, another older subscriber. I haven't seen him post on a lot of videos, but yeah. Are you caught up on The Walking Dead? Please don't just say yes or no. Actually discuss the opinions, theories, or combinations of the two. I wouldn't just say yes or no. That'd be really cheap. I'm not going to say any spoilers here, so don't worry. But the last thing I saw was Terminus, them getting there. So I decided I wanted to marathon the whole series. I think they're on mid-season break. I might watch it with my girlfriend. She's already been majorly spoiled on something that happened this season, apparently. So, but I don't know. I just wasn't impressed with the cliffhanger and the last season that I saw, so I didn't really care that much. And I like marathoning things. I watched all of American Horror Story, but this season I watched as it was coming out, and I feel like, I mean, either this series was way worse than the other series, or there's just a huge effect from watching as it comes out. Where the hell was Season 4 American Horror Story going? I don't even know. I should finish it. But we were watching it, and we were both really tired, so we stopped, and we basically made a cliffhanger. We stopped at, like, the beginning of the episode. Something really crazy happened. We stopped watching it, and we haven't gone back, if that, like, shows our interest level in this last season. But anyway, that's not about Walking Dead. But no, I'm not caught up on Walking Dead, and I'll get to it eventually, but I've seen most of it, just not this newest season. Alright, Assassin7787. Are you planning any other Assassin's Creed games at this point in the future due to the fact that you played the first game? Keep in mind that this is not a game request. I'm just merely wondering if you're planning on playing the Circles. Yes, I own Assassin's Creed 2. I have it installed. There's a whole bunch of glitches involving Uplay and the controllers that I haven't worked out, which is why I haven't played it. I fixed one of them. I just need to fix the controller glitch. And just the fact that I had to go through all that crap just stopped me from playing the game. But eventually I will record Assassin's Creed 2. I don't know if I'm going to do it blind or not, but I'll decide then. John Locke, what is the favorite series that you have on this channel? Evil Genius might be my favorite series. That's one of the reasons it's on my channel page. In a way, I like Xenogears because just the amount of work that it took and the amount of effort I had to put into it. I just have memories of recording it because that took me so long. That Let's Play took me like half a year or more than a year or almost. I don't remember. It was crazy. But yeah, those two are pretty big. There's another one, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I love that game, but I feel like I could do a way better job if I did it now. No. Oh, and Rebuild. Rebuild was the second Rebuild, specifically. I really liked recording that. Oh, Companion Cube. Who would you be least likely to touch butts with? I don't know, anyone underage, probably, and probably male would be less like. What is this question, Companion? I don't even know I'm giving you the. Whatever. I don't need this. All right, I'm just done. Ice and Popcorn. Does your girlfriend know about / approve of your YouTube channel? She does. Again, I've been friends with her for like 8 years before we're going out. And when I told her I was on my channel, she actually started watching some of the vids, or at least like playing them so I'd get ad revenue. So that was, I probably got a good 2 cents from her through that. But there are tentative plans to play games with her if we can. I need to get a new mic though, so that both of us can be heard. We'll see about that. Like, hopefully she'll make some type of appearance. We'll figure it out. She plays Call of Duty, so she might be really good at first-person shooting. I gotta buy her Killing Floor. Like, there might be a situation where she wouldn't want to talk, but we could pop her into a game of Killing Floor. I didn't even think about that. But that would be cool. Yeah, she does approve, and that's awesome. There was a girl that I had this really brief relationship with in 2012, and she found that I played video games, and then she treated me like a different person. She thinks that video games are bad people that think that nothing's serious. Like, I don't know why I instantly wasn't just like bye, but yeah, the fact that she supports me, who I am, and what I do, and that's really important in a relationship. I think things don't work otherwise. Okay. Oh, I didn't even realize. I saw this question and I was like, oh boy. This is my freaking roommate. For God's sake. What do you think about Anita Sarkeesian? Ugh. All right. I don't want to mention. Why did you do this to me? All right. I can't believe this is you. Okay. Actually, I do see why. You're trying to. All right. Now I'm just recontextualizing this because I remember reading this question. I was like, oh, geez, and I didn't read the name that it was attached to. So yeah, Anita Sarkeesian did a bunch of videos on like gender biases and roles in video games. She's an extremely derisive figure in the video game community. Here's the thing about Gamergate, and I remember I actually went on this huge rant on the Waiting Queue podcast when Douglas and Companion were talking about Gamersgate, because it's not about ethics and journalism. It is completely ridiculous. It's obviously about sexism, and they actually convinced me of this. If that whole thing is about ethics and journalism, then how come every single time I got into a conversation about it, sexism came up? And Anita Sarkeesian came up. Anita Sarkeesian is not a game reviewer. Why would she be in any way relevant to this proceeding if it wasn't actually about sexism? But anyway, I don't agree with all of Anita Sarkeesian's points in her videos just because she uses certain examples of tropes that are like sexist that in some cases like subvert the actual trope. Like they're used to kind of make fun of them. But other than that, I think she has some decent points to make. She made a video about Legos, and Legos used to be marketed towards boys and girls. Like, they're a gender-neutral thing. They're blocks that interlock. There's nothing like inherently male or female about that. Yet somewhere in the marketing scheme, they decided to market Legos only to boys. And there's obvious proof of this from the thing. Like, she shows old advertisements, and they feature girls making things and boys making things, and then they just changed it to just boys. So, like, she has interesting points like that. She gets way more crap than she deserves. Like, I don't... like, I wish I could... Like, I haven't watched any of her videos recently, like, in over a year, but, like, if I could give you an example of one of the things where I was like, I don't know if I quite agree with that, I would. There's this trope called the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, and she was showing all these videos that showed it. She showed, as an example, and this is just a few seconds, she showed, From Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. If you watch the entire video, you'd realize why that shouldn't be used as an example for that, because it subverted it. I don't know. I don't have a problem with Anita Sarkeesian. Like, I just can't believe how angry people get just because she said something that they disagree with. Alright. This has been a hard question and answer. I've been asked about my religion, asked about... That's that. Thanks a lot, Dag. Alright. I've already answered this question. I'm sorry. Zoroaster... Wait, I've already answered this. Because I think this is the first question... Yes, this is the first question that I answered. Okay. So... Now I can go and find the new questions that were asked. This question was posted after I posted the other two videos, or recorded them. The Majestic Rebel says, waffles, pancakes, or French toast? Pancakes. Boom. In order, pancakes, French toast, waffles. I love pancakes, and... Oh god, I've been making pancakes with chocolate chips and pancakes with butterscotch chips. They're pretty much like crack and candy. It's oh god, it's so good. Oh dear. All right, I just kind of fell into a coma there. Now let me actually. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna do this next time, guys. But I let some people ask some other questions, and now I have to go to the other video, and it's all not in one place. I think there's only like 2 more though, so whatever. All right, Aramo I can't read your name. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to try to ask something that no one has asked yet. I haven't gone to the announcement thing, but here it is. What really got you into these type of things? Was it after seeing you had a lot of views on a certain game? Or that you in general thought this would be your kind of thing? Was there any certain gameplay favorite thingies? Are you asking why I started the channel? Because if you have, I have answered that before. So sorry about that. I don't quite know what you mean. Was it after seeing you had a lot of views on a certain game? I mean... No, I mean, I was doing my channel, like, I released, like, my first 50 videos, and I got, like, maybe 3 hits. I didn't get any views until I released Zombie Trailer Park, and then I got, like, my first 30 subs. So, I don't know, I've always played video games, and I thought it would be fun, and, you know, the other answers that I answered... So, sorry, I don't entirely understand your question. Like, was there any certain favorite gameplay thingies? I don't know what that means, I'm sorry. But yeah, thanks for the question. And let's see. Squishy's father rage? I think that says. Have you ever played a Pokemon, and if so, did you like it? I've only played Pokemon Yellow, and then there was also the Pokemon tournament that we had on Drive Not Found once, on which I fought Companion Cube and just got angry that I was fighting with a pair of flying keys because I thought that was stupid. And yeah, I never beat Pokemon Yellow. I got to that town with the ghosts, and then I never got past it. The problem was, I have this horrible compulsion in RPGs to try to use each character evenly. Good luck doing in that Pokemon. There's 100 goddamn characters, so that really inhibited me. I should have just focused on some. My favorite Pokemon, though, was Gyarados, because I raised it from a Magikarp. I was just like, I know this is going to pay off eventually. And the completely useless fish turns into this crazy fish that, like, destroys cities with its psychic powers, so... Yeah, it was pretty good times. Games for Noobs asks, Cross, what do you think is worse, Roller Coaster Tycoon Mobile or Evil Genius? Evil Genius 2. Yeah, Evil Genius 2 is worse, because I actually care about that. So, I mean, I'm sure I've heard Roller Coaster Tycoon, well, that was hard to say for some reason, is a great game, but I've never played it. Evil Genius 2, I loved Evil Genius. The fact that that turned into a Facebook game, like, really kind of burns me. Alright, Paul Alley, are you going to play Plants vs. Zombies 2 or Spore? I just talked about Plants vs. Zombies 2. Spore is something I bought specifically to Let's Play it. Maybe one day. I ran into a weird issue involving Origin, of course, so... EA. You destroy everything that I love. Alright, Bella Zorna, you keep on saying that you'd play this game or that game, but you don't have it. If I sent you a copy, would you? If so, is there a place to send things? I don't have a P.O. box, so no, I don't think I need people to send me things. Some people have bought me games on Steam before, but as I mentioned, I'm not really adding people to Steam as much as before. So, I don't know, I wouldn't worry about it. I have so many games that I'm not really hurting for games to play. I'm just hurting for times to play said games. Alright, I think this is the last one. If I... Oh, Hakiri Sakura, this isn't a question, she just asked this. If Cross, can you let us donate money to you? Maybe if we can donate enough, you can start doing one episode per day. Yes, if you donated enough, like $1,000 a month, that's not a road I want to go down. The amount that I would need to make to quit my job would be a lot. Like $600 a month at least, and that would be independent of what I already make from YouTube. This isn't even a question. She was asking for the FAQ, but I'm answering that. Like really big, ElderGeek.com, way bigger than me. They started a Patreon thing, and they're only getting like $130 a month, which I'm sure is quite helpful. But it's not realistic. Plus, I just feel. I felt weird even starting advertisements to get paid for this because it was a hobby, but somehow just having people send things directly to me, I feel even more worried about. But hey, if I lose my job, maybe I'll feel differently. That's what happened the first time. I was like, I don't want to put ads in my videos. Then I lost my graphic design job, and I was like, I need all the help I can get. But yeah, not currently. I think YouTube is starting like a tip jar thing. I know there are people that would put money. I just feel weird about it, and I can't even really explain why. I guess I feel like, especially last year, I slacked off so much I don't really deserve any like extra compensation based on the amount of effort that I've put in. All right, Valis, could you answer my question too? Sorry, it's late notice. I'll make it simple. Though I haven't seen all of your videos yet, I'm kind of new. So I don't know if this has been answered yet, but. What's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you? If you're not willing to say, I'll understand. This is so dumb. I used to be in into acting. And that's from when I was in, like, 6th grade to, like, 7th or 8th grade. And I completely lost interest in it after a certain point. It might have been younger. I think I'm wrong. I think I might have been younger than that, like 5th grade. But I was in a play, and I forgot my line, and I was like, what's my line on stage? And I could just feel the awkwardness and the silence. And the thing is, it was recorded, so that's probably, like, I just remember watching the video, and I could just see it in my head, it's so awkward. I'm literally the only person on Earth who remembers this. I doubt any of the VHS recordings of this exist anymore, except maybe at my mother's house. But, there's nothing worse than being upstage and just flubbing your lines, man. But yeah, that was really embarrassing. Besides that, I avoid embarrassing situations. The other ones are like really minor. But yeah, oof. Just feeling. And like when you flub a line in a play, the thing is, it's not like usually people aren't judging you. If anything, they feel bad for you. Like I know when I'm watching a play and people are messing up, I just feel their embarrassment. Possibly though, that's because I've been there before. But it's interesting because I've always been like kind of shy, but. I don't have, like, the huge terror of public speaking that some people have, and I think that's because of those acting classes. So if you're really young, and, you know, it's not too expensive, I'd actually kind of recommend it, if there's a way that you want to express yourself. Acting classes can be interesting, and just, like, going into a small play or something, learning improv. Yeah, it's, I think all of those skills, like, just the fact that I did them so young probably helped me a little bit with this channel. So it's interesting how things work out sometimes. I believe that is it. I am CrossKnights. Thank you for supporting me. Yeah, crazy year. And I hope to keep on doing this for a long time. I think I say that each one. The next Q&A video, I don't know what it'll be. The logical landmark would be 25,000 subs. I might never make it there. I am still steadily gaining, but who knows? That's going to be at least a year or two, if you go by the metrics, maybe 3, or never. So, who knows? This might be the last Q&A. Yeah, I can't say. I've been doing this for 4 years now. And life happens, man. I'm in a new location, different things could happen. It's weird. If I lose my job, I gotta think, because then I'll have to get a job here in Arizona. Oh, also, Jesse, was it? The Jessi, posted a bunch of things to do in Phoenix, because apparently they live in Phoenix. That's actually really appreciated, and I might end up trying to do some of that, because I'm gonna get... I don't know how long it's gonna take, but there's periods in my life where I'm lacking something. And since now the only person I have to hang out with my girlfriend is my girlfriend, eventually I'm going to need to wander. I'm just going to need to wander. And when that happens, I might end up trying to get a bus and wandering into the city. If I have the balls to do it. I always have this big fear of getting lost. But I know the video in the background I want is Race the Sun. But I know I'm not going to have like an hour of Race the Sun. So I don't know what other random footage I got to cram into the background. But that's that. Links in the description. You can check out my Facebook and Twitter. Twitter is just periodically updated with my thoughts, usually. Facebook is rarely updated, but I usually make a new post whenever I start a new series. So if you ever feel like you might lull off in descriptions or I'm just posting a bunch of things you don't want, subscribe to the Facebook page, check it out. If you see a video about a new series, then you might be like, oh, I could check that out, and boom, then you can come back to the channel. Or not, whatever. That's what that's there for. Anyway, I'll see you in my next LP, whatever that might be.